Today, on episode 38 of Talking Sports with Miles and Andrew, the boys will be talking about News of the Week, also called the Now segment. The QAQB will be about Jared Stidham, Coaching Carousel, MLB offseason, and an intense debate about the MLB Salary Cap.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Talking Sports. I'm your host, Andrew. This is my co-host.
Miles Shield, how are we doing?
We're doing great, everybody. Well, I'm kind of doing great. I'm a little sick here today, guys. So if my voice sounds a little bit different, I'm a little sick here today, guys. So go easy on me. But we got a full show ready for you guys here today. So let's go ahead and get it started with our Now segment. First off, a little bit of news around Kauffman Stadium. The owners of Kauffman are moving actually in the walls of Kauffman Stadium by about 10 feet, and they're lowering those walls. And Kauffman Stadium's been historically a very hard place to hit if you're a major league hitter. So now with these walls moving in a little bit, maybe these will actually have productive bats in Kansas City. And this also might be a move by the entire owners of that whole facility to keep the Royals potentially in Kansas City now that the Kansas City Chiefs are officially moving out of Arrowhead and Kansas City overall and moving into Kansas, the state Kansas, coming around, I believe 2029, I'm pretty sure was the...
It's somewhere on there.
Yeah, so that might be a move by the Royals, the owner of that entire facility to keep the Royals potentially in Kauffman Stadium.
All right, sounds great, Andrew. Thank you for that insightful knowledge.
Yeah.
And bringing back an old segment that ended up creating a spin-off series called Talking NASCAR with Andrew Volpin.
Go check it out.
We are bringing back Andrew's 1-minute race.
Nice.
All right, Andrew. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, start your engines.
Okay, I got to rev it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I got two things I want to talk about real quick. First off, early on Monday, NASCAR announced they will be switching their points or championship format, however you like to call it, back to the chase format. And long story short, the chase format is a 10-race section of the schedule, the final 10 races, where you have 16 drivers in the Cup Series, all competing for the championship. The driver that earns the most points throughout the end of that 10-race span will be crowned the champion. And second of all, 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Tony Stewart will be returning to the seat of a NASCAR, specifically in the Truck Series, driving the number 25 truck for Spire Motor or for Calling Racing. In the Truck Series.
20 seconds
at Daytona. So there you go. That's all I got real quick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I said it was only two things.
15 seconds to spare there, Andrew. You flew through that race.
Yeah.
And claimed the crown.
Nice.
All right.
Again, if you want to go hear more about the chase, go check out my show, Talking NASCAR with Andrew Volkman. I provide a lot more depth in there as well, so go check it out.
Yeah.
Links will be in the description.
All right, next up, our next segment, staying in the Now segment, we are going to be talking about the national championship to see who is the best college football team around.
Yeah.
All right, so the matchup is between number 10 ranked Miami with Carson Beck at quarterback and Mario Cristobal at head coach against number 1 Indiana with Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman winner at quarterback, with arguably one of the best coaches in college football, Curt Cignetti.
Absolutely. I mean, talk about a David and Goliath situation. Right
Yeah,
here.
100%.
I mean, Carson Beck went from hero to zero in about 2 seconds in the college football world, and now he's back to being a hero in college football. And then Fernando Mendoza's got number 1 pick potential. Like, quite honestly, he's the number 1 overall pick in this coming up
I would agree.
draft. So, David versus Goliath situation. I believe it's going to be in Miami, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yeah.
I think it's in Hard Rock.
Yeah.
So, that really is Miami's home turf at that point. So, going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. We doing predictions for that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I love the story for Miami, but I want to be safe here. Plus, I'm sick. I don't want to make anything bold. I'm going to have to go with Indiana. I mean, I love the story. I said earlier that maybe Indiana needs to give it a couple years, but, man, I'm convinced that it's Indiana's time to shine.
Yeah.
Curt Cignetti, Fernando Mendoza, it's got to be Indiana for me.
Yeah, and I would agree with you there, obviously, because from the beginning I said Indiana is my clear favorite to win. I also said that Miami will be the Cinderella story of this year, if there's going to be one. And, I mean, we've seen historically Cinderella stories don't end well. In
Yeah,
football,
sometimes they
they
don't.
just usually they are not going to end well. And maybe if the Oregon game was close, I would say this is going to be a tight game, and it's Miami's game to win.
Yeah.
But because of the absolute blowout of Oregon, I think Indiana's going to take the dub here.
Yeah.
But do not be surprised if Miami puts up a fight because that
Absolutely.
defense is so elite. I mean, what Ruben Bain has been able to do has been amazing. What that whole defense and Mario Cristobal, what he's been able to turn Miami into. And like you said, Carson Beck going from hero to zero instantly, right? I mean, I remember, what was it, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? It was I saw an early mock draft prediction, and Carson Beck was going to go number 1 overall.
Yeah.
And then everything fell apart for Carson Beck in Georgia. He goes to Miami, completely turns around everything. And honestly, he could be a mid-round draft pick. And that's good for him because coming into the season, he was going to go like 7th round.
Yeah.
So I think he definitely has earned himself some draft stock, and we'll see how he plays here, if he'll crumble. But this is a great story, and this is something that people are going to love to watch.
Yeah.
I think this could be one of the most watched national championships we've ever had.
Yeah.
Just due to, again, like you said, the David and Goliath matchup. This is crazy.
I mean, you got that market too of Miami, and then you have
Yeah.
like Indiana. IU's never been good at football.
Yeah.
They've never been good at football.
Right.
So that story coming into is gonna feed families.
And I would love to see either of these teams win, right?
Yeah.
I love Miami's story and what they've been able to do and how they've been able to kind of turn around. But Indiana's turnaround was even more crazy, right?
Yeah.
And from Fernando Mendoza, transfer from Cal,
Yeah.
and he wasn't a big name. He wasn't anything crazy. Came in, wins the Heisman. He's got 41 touchdowns on the season. He's earned his status as an elite quarterback in college football. And to be an Indiana quarterback at that, I am very excited to see this national championship play out tomorrow.
Yeah. So with that, tune in tomorrow night. I think it's on ESPN, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, ESPN. Monday night, go check it out.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be great.
Miami versus Indiana for the national championship. I mean, who could have drawn that up, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
And to wrap up the now segment, I want to get everyone up to speed on the NFL playoffs right now because last time we did an episode, we didn't get to cover all of the wild card weekend. So we have a couple games that we got to talk about. First, Steelers versus Texans. Potentially Aaron Rodgers' last game in the NFL, but there's always a chance that he can come back, according to Miles, who may have some insider knowledge on that. We'll get to that in just a minute. But regardless, the Texans went into Pittsburgh and beat up the Steelers 30-6. Embarrassing game for the Steelers overall. Jaguars, Bills. The Bills actually did pull out the, I would say, upset over the Jaguars, but I mean, we all kind of expected the Bills to do this. They got the victory 27-24. Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3 in a pretty underwhelming game. And then the other game we didn't get to cover was the Eagles versus 49ers. And the 49ers went into Philadelphia and got the victory 23-19. Now into the divisional round, we've had a couple games already. First, the Seahawks versus the 49ers in Seattle, the 1 versus 6 seed. It looked close going into the fourth quarter. I mean, the 49ers hit a field goal, but then the Seahawks just completely opened up the gate, and it's a 41-6 victory for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
And
can I
then-
just
sorry.
say something? Kenneth Walker's underperformed the whole year, right? 1 touchdown the whole year. Had 116 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just to put that in
I just
perspective.
want to say, I want to call out Clint Kubiak real quick because I know he's done a great job and potentially he's going to get a head coaching job in the NFL like really soon. But the man does not know how to use Kenneth Walker effectively. Like he let Zach Charbonnet get all the touchdowns for crying out loud. And
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet is nowhere near the talent-wise as Kenneth
Right.
Walker. So I just want to say that's it took him until now to figure out.
Well,
how to
with
use him.
Charbonnet going out of injury, he didn't really have another chance,
Yeah,
a choice.
A choice, yeah.
And Kenneth Walker proved. I mean, he proved that he
But,
could be
like,
big.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows that Kenneth Walker is better than Zach Charbonnet, 100%.
Yeah.
And Clint Kubiak, that has to be an asterisk on Clint Kubiak's name for a little bit because
Yeah.
he did not know how to use Kenneth Walker effectively. I just
Yeah.
want to get that out there. And then the other game, the Broncos versus Bills, another 1 versus 6 seed. This went into overtime actually.
This
and
is crazy.
This was a crazy game. I mean, the Broncos pulled out the victory 33-30 with a last-second field goal by Matt Prater in overtime to get the win. But I mean, Josh Allen throwing a really good pass to Brandon Cooks and having Brandon Cooks just absolutely get stripped of the ball. I mean, That's just
Yeah.
unfortunate. And
Yeah.
that's not to say Josh Allen had a perfect game, but he had a couple other mistakes.
Yeah.
He fumbled the ball, threw an interception, but, you know,
Well, yeah,
tough love for Josh Allen.
this is devastating for Bills fans. I mean, it looked like they had the win, then the Broncos score at the last second, go into overtime, and then get the upset win with a field goal as Bo Nix breaks his ankle. This
yeah.
is awful.
Quick little scoring update. Patriots versus Texans live right now. Patriots have scored once again.
Oh my gosh.
13-10 over the Texans with 10:31 left to go in the second quarter. But continue, Miles.
We'll talk about that one after this. But, I mean, this game all around, it's not going to be good for the Broncos in the AFC Championship with no Bo Nix, who really played good football. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 279 yards. So I think at this point I would have way rather had the Bills win. I would have way rather watched Josh Allen than Jarrett Stidham in the AFC Championship.
I
but
mean, it might be Jarrett Stidham playing his former team in the Patriots.
I mean, this is I can't even.
Oh man,
that's gonna stink for the Broncos if they just get clobbered.
Oh yeah, for sure. Again, much rather have the Bills in that game than the Bills. Or
Yeah.
I said Bills over Broncos, right? I just want to make sure I said that correctly.
Yeah. And with that, our QA QB. All right, this is going to be a very quick QA QB. And today's QA QB, very boring, Jarrett Stidham, but we had to talk about him. He is, as of now, going to be the Broncos' starting quarterback in the AFC Championship game. That's huge. Bo Nix breaking his ankle is just devastating. And you just don't want to see this for any team besides the Bears. But, you know, it stinks. It stinks for the Broncos and the Broncos fans that they've worked so hard to get here. Mm-hmm. And now all this may be crushed. It's what happened with Micah Parsons and the Packers. Yeah. But it's life. Everything's gonna move on. They have to make Jarrett Stidham work.
Yeah.
And just to preference you, he was a 4th-round pick out of Auburn. He spent 1 year with Baylor, 2 years with Auburn. He was on the Patriots, so that he could very well be playing his former team in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that could be very funny.
That would be insane. But he hasn't done much with the Raiders. He looked decent. He had 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and really, he has played 1 snap in 2 years.
Oh, boy.
And that snap was a rushing play, which he got -1 yards.
Oh, no.
So, would I be nervous if I was a Broncos fan? Probably. I guess to make you feel better, he has thrown a good amount of interceptions in his career. He has thrown 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions all total in his career.
Okay.
But he has made 2 tackles. So, at least you know he's not going to be giving up pick sixes. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, maybe. Maybe the light that's going to be the end of your season. But
maybe.
Yeah, that's what we got to say about Jarrett Stidham.
Let me just say this. Broncos fans, if you do see that light, probably might want to go into that light.
Yeah, well, or run away from it because this may be the end for the Broncos here.
Well, think of it like this. That light is probably going to be the end of the season. Do you want to see Jarrett Stidham play in a Super Bowl where he probably is going to get embarrassed again?
No, not really.
So,
who wants to see a 29-year-old quarterback?
Maybe go into the light if you're a Broncos fan. If you do see it,
it may be time to hang up the cleats, I think. Is it?
For the season, for the Broncos.
Yeah, for the season.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I thought the Broncos were going to get upset round 1 by the Bills.
Yeah.
I thought the Bills were going to upset them. And so when they made it past,
round 2.
It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's the end of our QAQB with Jarrett Stidham. All right, staying with the football topic here, let's go to the coaching carousel.
Okay.
It's been a ride, and honestly, I don't even know how to describe it because it's been so exciting to see what's all going down here. And when you have guys like John Harbaugh and Kevin Stefanski, on the board, it's gonna get crazy, right? So the New York Giants have given John Harbaugh a 5-year, like $20 million a year Giants deal.
Giants deal.
I mean, it's a giant deal for the Giants. And I think it's a great move. I said it before. I don't want to be offensive, so I won't say what I said in the car with my mother. But the Giants and the Ravens are pretty much the same. I mean, Jackson Dart, Lamar Jackson have very similar play styles. Elite running ability and a great arm talent.
Yeah.
And then Cam Scatterbo and Derrick Henry, I mean, they're able to run over anyone and stiff arm anyone. This is it's pretty much the copy and paste version just with the Giants. And I'm very excited to see what John Harbaugh is able to do with this Giants team. And I think within the next 3 years, we will be seriously considering the New York Giants as a Super Bowl contender.
Ooh, all right.
That's what I'm going to say there. And now, moving to yesterday, I believe this happened, Kevin Stefanski has been hired by the Atlanta Falcons.
All right.
So the two biggest names that were available as head coaches have just been hired. And those two teams, the Giants and the Falcons, were two of the three top teams to go to on my list.
Yeah.
I said Clint Kubiak going to the Falcons, not Stefanski. I did say Harbaugh to the Giants.
Yep, you did.
It sounds like Clint Kubiak, he had the interview with the Falcons. It went very well. But Kevin Stefanski's experience, him being a two-time coach of the year, it beat out Clint Kubiak.
Not to mention that's also like a lower risk deal, like getting Stefanski now and that not potentially losing Kubiak later because he's still in the playoffs.
Right.
You never know what can happen in, a month. You never know.
Yeah. So I think Stefanski is a great move here. On the other side of it, Rich Petula, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, has been fired. This is, I believe, their fifth offensive coordinator in 5 years.
Yeah.
Just because either they've been getting fired or getting head coaching jobs, right?
Yeah.
We saw last year Kellen Moore went over to the Saints, and that went okay. We saw that there's a possibility Kellen Moore and Tyler Shuck could be very good together.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't know. I know Andrew didn't see this, but for anyone else, you need to look up the Eagles fan. He's this little boy, and he was talking about how he said, I got two things to say, all right? Because this was my birthday present. That's what he said. He said, it's my birthday present coming in. So I got two things to say. A.J. Brown should be packing his bags. Because, I mean, it makes sense. A.J. Brown had an awful game.
But
he had an awful game. I would trade A.J. Brown if I'm the Eagles GM, period. We will have a conversation about this after I finish the meme. Okay. And he also said Rich Petula should be flipping burgers at McDonald's. He said the reason why is because one half he's cooking and the other half it's raw. And I thought that was hilarious.
Yo, that's actually really good.
It was a great analogy.
Yeah, that's great.
But going back to A.J. Brown, I do believe he should be traded.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I do.
No.
There's been too many locker room issues. Did you see the little argument that him and Nick Sirianni got in? It's not going good. And Devontae Smith can hold down the fort until you find another guy. And I think you put in a trade here, you bring in someone like Romeo Doubs in free agency. I think there are options that you need a fresh start. A.J. Brown needs a fresh start.
I think if you're the Eagles, you are crazy to trade A.J. Brown because we can both agree that he's probably one of the best 5 receivers in the NFL right now.
Ooh, let's think. I put Jamar Chase up there.
Justin
Jefferson. I'd put who else would I put? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, all over. So that's 4. Maybe Garrett Wilson or Nico Collins above him.
No.
I don't know.
You can't deny the talent for A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown's talented, but inconsistency.
But the same thing, we talked about Justin Jefferson having a bad year this year with the Vikings.
Oh, Jackson Smith and the Jigba I put in the top 5.
There you go. Okay.
I put A.J. Brown top 10.
Top 10.
He'd be 8.
Or I would say 7.
Okay, 7 or 8. I would agree with that.
Okay. So, but we know that Justin Jefferson has all that talent in the world.
Yeah.
But he had bad quarterbacks this whole year with J.J. McCarthy and Max Brosmer. So it's a similar story with A.J. Brown in my opinion. The Eagles offensive system with having Kevin Petula there. Is Kevin Petula, right?
Rich Petula.
I thought it was Rich Petula. I thought it was Kevin.
Rich Petula.
Okay, sorry, Rich.
It actually may be Kevin Petula. I don't really know.
Anyway.
I wrote down Rich Petula for some reason. I don't know if his name's Rich or not, but all I know is Petula.
Okay, either way, having him as your OC,
oh, yeah, it's Kevin Petula.
Yeah, it's Kevin. Yeah,
I don't know why I keep saying Rich. I don't know anyone named Rich.
Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, having him as your offensive coordinator is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have good design plays at all.
Correct. Well, he wasn't able to use Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, You bring in a new offensive coordinator. Oh my God! If Mike McDaniel went to the Eagles, I'm gonna die.
Okay, so let me just say this: if AJ Brown can't do good with a competent offensive coordinator in the building next year, I'm willing to change my opinion that maybe AJ Brown should be changed.
Would you say those drops in that big game were the offensive coordinator's fault?
No, but I'm just gonna say this: you're crazy if you're trading AJ Brown because again, top 10 receiver in the NFL right now. Makes no sense to trade him.
I put Devontae Smith right up there with him.
I know, but especially since what else are you gonna do to potentially help the Eagles by trading away AJ Brown? Because I feel like you're trading away AJ Brown, you're actively making your team worse.
I guess.
Unless you're bringing in a much better offensive lineman or a much better defensive lineman or someone else on defense to someone help the secondary or the linebacker room.
Yeah.
Then
there's no reason.
There's no reason. See, I convince you.
Well, I mean, I would still trade AJ Brown if I'm in this. And if we went on Madden today, and I had all the same stuff, I would make a deal to get AJ Brown out of my system, and I would sign a guy like Romeo Doubs or someone else heading into free agency. I mean, I would look into that for sure. But anyways, we got completely off track, and we hopped off the coaching carousel. Let's get back on. Let's go to the rumor mill now. All right. Oh wait. Oh,
Matt LaFleur.
Mike Tomlin.
Sorry.
We got so sidetracked there.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin has stepped down. Andrew does not believe that he stepped down. Is that correct?
I feel like that's just a plain word for whenever you hear the term parted ways, mutually parted ways, then you know we got. I know it's not the same thing as this year, but I feel like it's a similar thing as mutually parting ways. You step down. I have a hard time believing it was solely your decision to leave the organization. That's my take on it.
To me, he had offers from TV, which is where he's most likely going now. Yeah. You're gonna make a couple $1 million in TV for a year or two, just like Sean Payton did, and then go to a different team and win again. And to me, they weren't gonna fire him. Because what they had with Aaron Rodgers, at this point, you had an old team. They are one of the oldest teams in the league. Which, that team with all those guys in their prime would be the most insane team ever. DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, I guess you could say prime last year, Aaron Rodgers. It would just be a crazy team. But I would have to say that I believe this was a mutual step down. More on Mike Tomlin's side, actually, that I think he had lost the love of the game, the love of coaching, I think. Maybe. 18 years on the same team, that's a lot of commitment, right? Yeah. And I think after the hatred he was getting from the Steelers fans, it was crazy.
But, at the same time, you haven't won a playoff game in, how many years?
5 years. Yeah.
It's the same thing, rinse and repeat every year for Steelers fans and Mike Tomlin. So, that's why I don't believe it's, truly, it was truly Mike Tomlin's decision to say, yeah, I'm tired of this. Because I feel like the Steelers had to be unsatisfied with it at this point. So that's just at least my take on it. The Steelers probably were unsatisfied with it. Mike Tomlin probably was feeling a little unsatisfied to your point. Mm-hmm. And it was probably a mutual decision, but realistically the Steelers didn't want him there.
Well, then what do you think about, I'm going to give you another one of that. What do you think about Cliff Kingsbury and that mutual decision to step away from the organization?
I think it's something a little bit similar. I feel like that's more Cliff Kingsbury's decision because, again, he has opportunities to go pursue elsewhere for head coaching jobs. I don't know. I feel like the Commanders are maybe being generous there. Maybe they're realizing that it's going to be hard to retain him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's... I don't have a lot of insider knowledge on that, so I can't really form an opinion there.
All right, and then rumor mill. All right, There are two big rumors to me that I think could happen. First one, Jeff Hafley.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins has been one of the biggest rumors. And to me, this makes sense. I came into all of this saying the Dolphins are going to go defensive coordinator, right? Because if you're going to go with an offensive guy, you're not firing Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth. And I think defensively, I was thinking Jesse Minter. Mm-hmm. That would be a good move. But due to the fact that the new GM was the vice president of player personnel with the Packers, and he knows Jeff Hafley, I think Jeff Hafley is going to be in the lead to get this. And
Yeah.
we've seen it's all the rage to get a young coach in this league, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's been the kind of Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, these young minds that are developing guys. Kyle Shanahan, they're developing these guys.
When he was young.
When he was young, right? So I think, could we see a Matt LaFleur being the new factory of creating these top coordinators? I think we could.
Yeah, maybe.
I honestly think that there's a chance that when LaFleur is done, one of his coordinators will take over for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the honest truth. Hopefully it's not Adam Stenovich.
Yeah, hopefully not. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want him out. But Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins would make sense for me. They have Minka Fitzpatrick. They have Bradley Chubb.
Chop Robinson.
They have other guys who could be so good on defense, and their defensive potential is just not working. Wouldn't that be crazy, though? Joe Barry and Jeff Hafley unite. I mean, if Hafley goes there, Barry's fired. But
well, of course.
He should never get a job in football again. He should honestly move to a different sport like softball or golf or something. He's awful. But my other rumor mill is Mike McCarthy to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
He is getting a interview with them.
All right.
To me, Aaron Rodgers is coming back another year if that happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, my gosh. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Reuniting McCarthy and Rodgers on the Steelers.
That would be really cool.
The team that they beat in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
When they won it the one time. My mind is blown. My mind is blown.
He just had an epiphany. Right
Oh,
here.
my gosh. They win one Super Bowl together and then reunite on the team that they beat in the Super Bowl 15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, sorry, I just went completely off script there, but
yeah.
I didn't even think about it that way. But that would be crazy. If it's not McCarthy, though, Aaron Rodgers leaves.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Doesn't mean he retires, so that's what I'm going to say.
I
am going to say just because he leaves does not mean 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers retires.
Fair point. We saw Tom Brady go for
right
a little bit longer than that.
That's why I think he's got more left in the tank. He had a great year this year.
Yeah,
he played good football.
Yeah, solid football.
And it didn't work in the end. But I have no idea what team. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What?
What if the Dolphins bring him in as a bridge quarterback in between them, their next future quarterback? Oh.
Well, here's the thing. The Dolphins are going to be probably going to look to draft a quarterback next year. Probably.
Next year, not this year. Because next year's going to have Dante Moore.
It's
going to have all that.
But Aaron Rodgers is going to want to go to a competitive situation, right? Right.
Can we agree that Aaron Rodgers on the Dolphins could make them competitive?
But that's the thing. Aaron Rodgers is not going to want to go to a place like the Dolphins where it's not a sure thing where he's going to be competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I think there are connections there.
Well, maybe
that could bring him in there.
Maybe. Okay. We'll leave that on the table.
Okay, we'll leave it on the table.
But I'm not sold on that. 100%.
I am not sold on that, but I do believe he is coming back for another year. Unless his mystery wife makes him retire.
Yeah.
I still don't know what she looks like.
No one does.
I mean, what if she's a fake? What if it's all a hoax?
What if it's AI?
Oh, my God.
What if it's AI?
Oh, my God.
Okay, last thing, head coaching news. Matt LaFleur got an extension by the Packers.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Packers are also working on an extension for the GM, Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like this move.
Me and Miles both agree that this is probably a smart move.
This is the best move. You were calling for his head, though.
I was
calling for his head.
Hey, look at this. A better mind has prevailed at least for me.
Better mind has prevailed.
I don't want Matt LaFleur to be gone because I looked at the candidates and I'm like, I'd much rather have Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
But I made it clear that Matt LaFleur needs to change his not overhaul it, but hold his players accountable and not be as easygoing.
Yeah, I would agree, and part of that falls on Adam Stenovich.
Yeah, it does too.
Rich
Bisaccia.
he needs to go to.
Well, yeah.
He needs to go.
Yeah.
He's the highest paid special teams
He's
coordinator,
not gonna
and
go,
he's
'cause we
been
owe him that money.
awful.
We know that he's gonna stay because he's owed that money, and the Packers are gonna be like, nah, sure, we'll give you your last year. We'll let you get your money. We'll let you play.
But I want Mike McDaniel on the Packers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my final say, because I don't think he's gonna get a coaching job this year.
No.
Just because of how it ended with the Dolphins. But he is so genius.
Absolutely.
And I really, really would like, because it'd be like a rental deal.
Oh yeah.
He'll get a job within the next 3 years, and we won't have him.
Oh yeah.
But I would love to see that offense. What he would be able to do with the kind of talent.
Josh Jacobs
and Matthew Golden.
Ooh.
If he could use Matthew Golden, oh my god.
That's like a mini Tyreek Hill right there.
Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what I thought. I was watching some of these games, and I realized Matthew Golden's floor is Rashid Shaheed. And that is a good receiver. Yeah. And his ceiling, Tyreek Hill in his prime.
Yeah.
That's not crazy to say.
Pre-leg injury Tyreek Hill.
Pre-leg, Chiefs, Super Bowl winning Tyreek Hill is Matthew Golden's
first year
ceiling.
with the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Okay, back up. We'll go back to the Chiefs Super Bowl.
To me, within the next 5 years, Matthew Golden will be replacing A.J. Brown in the top 10 receivers in the league.
Ooh, okay.
Crazy to say, but I want to say it.
Okay.
I want to say it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's what's going on.
Is that it for the head coaching carousel?
That is it for the head coaching carousel.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Miles. We really need it.
Of course, anytime.
But now we got to move on to the MLB offseason. And safe to say this past week has been a little bit crazy.
I guess you could say that.
I
screamed at my phone when I saw the Kyle Tucker signing.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Also,
I cried on the inside.
By the way, real quick update for Houston and Patriots. Patriots have the 21-10 lead right now. Oh, yeah. 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Jarrett Stidham could be playing his former team. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is crazy. Who even thought of this? I kind of wish it was Jimmy Garoppolo, though. I'm not going to lie. Jimmy Garoppolo against the Patriots. I would have wait a minute.
What?
Rams, Patriots, Super Bowl, but Stafford's hurt. So Jimmy Garoppolo plays his former team. Oh. Crazy to say. Sorry, since the McCarthy-Rodgers thing, I'm just trying to think of connections here, and it's making me go a little bit crazy.
Yep. All right. Let's keep moving on, though, to the MLB offseason. First up, the Rockies signed Michael Lorenzen to a one-year deal with an $8 million club option. He's probably going to be the ace for the Rockies next year in the rotation.
Yeah.
But we got a big trade. We actually had 2 big trades on the same day. The Yankees and Diamondbacks made pretty big trades too. First off, the Diamondbacks traded for former All-Star and potential Hall of Fame candidate Nolan Arenado to be their third baseman for next year.
Cray.
First impression of this is that, this is definitely a weird move. I mean, the Cardinals obviously want to get Nolan Arenado off the books, and his value is really decreased. Nolan Arenado did not have a very good year this past year. He was a below-average hitter. The defense is still very good for Nolan Arenado. Yeah. That's what you're going to get him for. And essentially what the Diamondbacks are going to be doing is they're going to be paying him $5 million a year because the Cardinals sent a bunch of cash with them, too, for Nolan Arenado. And then the Diamondbacks sent back a minor league pitcher that has not even gotten past rookie ball yet. Yeah, the Cardinals weren't going to get a lot in return for Nolan.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Yeah. So they're sending cash and getting a pitcher.
Yeah.
So not much to talk about there, but yeah, most likely Nolan Arenado will be playing third base for the Arizona Diamondbacks next year. And who knows, with more protection in that lineup, with Corbin Carroll, Geraldo Perdomo, Ketel Marte, if he's still on the team, maybe Nolan Arenado will bounce back a little bit because maybe he'll have more protection in that lineup. Yeah. And then the New York Yankees acquired Ryan Weathers from the Miami Marlins. Weathers is a left-handed starting pitcher. We've already seen the Marlins move on from Edward Cabrera. Sandy Alcantara could be on the move potentially in the next couple of weeks. The Marlins got prospects Dylan Lewis, Brendan Jones, Dylan Jasso, and Juan Mathieu. I don't know their positions, by the way. I'm just looking at an article from ESPN.
All okay.
So, yeah, 4 prospects for Ryan Weathers. Lefty pitchers are really sought after in the MLB right now. The Yankees are going to have a lot of pitchers down come opening day. Garrett Cole is going to be hurt. Carlos Rodon is going to be hurt. I think someone else is going to be hurt, like Clark Schmidt's going to be hurt too. So the Yankees are a little thin on pitching right now in the starting rotation. So getting Ryan Weathers as another lefty is pretty good overall. Big signing, we had the Boston Red Sox sign lefty Ranger Suarez to a 5-year, $130 million deal. So that's roughly what is that? I'm trying to do mental math here real quick. Let me think real quick. So that's like what?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm not good at
million?
math.
I think it's 26 million. I think.
Don't look at me. I'm really bad at math.
Okay, I think it's 26 million a year. I could be wrong. But yeah. Anyway, in my opinion, that's an overpay, maybe a little bit, because Ranger Suarez is a ground ball pitcher, not a big strikeout guy. Yeah. And when you have a ground ball pitcher that is not on their game, they'll give up home runs. But and especially in Boston too, like righties are gonna be able to hit for days over that Green Monster. But we'll see how it does. Yeah. I mean, the Red Sox are adding a really good rotation. They got Garrett Crochet, Ranger Suarez now. They got Cutter Crawford still there. They got Brian Bayo still there. They just got Sonny Gray. Yeah. That rotation is looking sneaky good for the Red Sox, but I do not like they have two frontline guys being lefties. I really do not like that. Colorado Rockies also signed Willie Castro, a utility guy. Played for the Cubs this past year. He's got on a 2-year deal. Rockies just need anything right now. Yeah. And I think Willie Castro could have a good year. But we got a big trade on January 15th, the same day the Kyle Tucker trade went down. I kind of like this because the Tucker trade, Tucker signing, it went out before this trade, and I was like, oh, maybe the Angels are trying to, overshadow their big brother, the Dodgers. But anyway, between the Braves, Cincinnati Reds, and Angels, 3-team trade. The Angels got Josh Lowe. He's an outfielder from the Rays. Another outfielder the Angels can add. They just need another outfielder out there. He plays good defense. He's been hurt the last couple years. Looking to get back to prime form like of 2023. He had a really good bat. Gavin Lux and Chris Clark are going to the Rays. Gavin Lux, former top prospect with the Dodgers, played for the Reds this past year. Was not great. League average bat, poor defense. The Rays aren't looking too good. They just need guys out there on their roster. And the Reds are getting left-handed reliever Brock Burke, and little good pitcher Brock Burke is, who played for the Angels this past year. And the Reds are getting some good bullpen arms. They just had Pierce Johnson too. Yeah. So their bullpen is looking really, really good. The Reds, sneaky, might be a NL Central contender. I'm just going to say it right now. Wow. But then we got a big news. Kyle Tucker signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers on a 4-year, $240 million contract. That is $60 million a year. AAV has a good amount of deferred money in it as well. And this
I hate it. I hate baseball. I hate MLB. Actually, I love baseball, but I hate MLB. Okay. And I hate the way it's set up and the fact that somehow every year we are able to see top free agents who have been developed by other teams, who other teams have worked hard to make, go to the Dodgers. Yeah. I mean, Shohei, we saw Edwin Diaz, and now Kyle Tucker. It's just like, Blake Snell, like all these guys. Yeah. These were not the Dodgers pieces.
Okay, so yeah, $60 million a year, highest AAV in Major League Baseball right now. Does have an opt-out after the second year, so Dodgers, Kyle Tucker can easily go win a World Series in those first 2 years and then just say, yeah, I'll go get paid again. He's only 29. Yeah. He's going to be 31. He's going to go get paid again. That's what I see happening. Yeah. Unless, the lockout happens, which we'll talk about in just a second. Yeah. Huge contract. Somehow the Dodgers had a hole on their roster in the outfield. Tucker gets to slide in right field. Teoscar Hernandez gets to go back to left field. Andy Paez in center. Freddie Freeman at first. Tommy Emmet at second. Mookie Betts at shortstop. Mookie Betts is playing shortstop is insane. Max Muncy is somehow the weakest link on that team, and still he's got 30 home run potential. Will Smith is free at catcher. We already just mentioned that rotation. Their bullpen is so good with Edwin Diaz now. I mean, it's stupid.
Oh my gosh, it's stupid.
We're gonna talk about that, rest assured. We'll talk about it, rest assured. But the Mets, another team that were interested in Kyle Tucker, who apparently were offering 4 years, $200 million, which is $50 million a year, which is insane as well.
Oh my gosh.
They quickly pivoted and went to go get Bo Bichette on a 3-year, $126 million contract. That's $42 million a year for Bo Bichette.
Hate that. Yeah. I hate the Mets.
For Bo Bichette, though, this means that he can go get paid again when he turns 31 because he's only 28. He's only 28.
I mean, dude, to be able to go get Juan Soto and that be a huge move, and now be able to bring in Bo Bichette, and I guess it makes sense not bringing back Pete Alonso. To me, this is a upgrade.
No, heck no. Getting rid of Pete Alonso and replacing Bo Bichette That's an easy loss. I'm going to say that. You're replacing...
You're getting a few more good years out of Bo Bichette.
But no, Pete Alonso is their all-time home run leader with the Mets.
I guess.
He's got 40 home run potential.
Well, I think it just shows that teams that are big, like the Mets and the Dodgers, do not care about personal players. They care about money and winning. And like when you look at the Brewers, Christian Yelich, I mean, he could have been gone years ago, right? But we love him and we want him because he is just such a great guy.
Yeah.
And if he was on the Mets, he'd be somewhere else right now because big teams don't appreciate their players the way small market teams do.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that because the Mets getting rid of Pete Alonso and bringing in Bo Bichette does not make sense. The Mets
That's an MLB The Show move.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
what that is.
Yeah,
that's what it
is. And
is.
not to mention, the Mets have brought in 4 middle infielders. They brought in Jorge Polanco, who's gonna play first base, which Jorge Polanco is gonna play first base.
You don't understand that.
They brought in Marcus Semien to play second base.
Well, that's the thing. That's another guy, Jeff McNeil. If he was on the Brewers, he would have been with the Brewers till he retires.
Probably.
But the Mets are, gosh, they just don't care.
Yeah.
It's like AI is running them because they just don't care about human feelings.
Actually, Steve Cohen and David Stearns are running that team.
Yeah, some rich guys who need to talk to their players, need to get to know them, and maybe, well, I guess, they can't win. They can't win because there's no connections anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see it. I don't see it.
And now you're bringing in Bo Bichette, who's primarily a shortstop and probably should be playing second base because his glove is atrocious. Now he's going to play third base with he's got a noodle arm pretty much, Bo Bichette does. And you're going to have him playing with a below average glove at third base. Like this,
I mean, sneakily, as you said, but the Mets are a graveyard. I mean, you get a bunch of money to sell your soul to the devil in the Mets organization. And sorry to my 4th and 7th grade teacher, Mr. Papson. He moved up. But anyways, Mr. Papson, big Mets fan. I'm sorry, but I hate your team. It's really making me mad. It makes me dislike baseball. And just the way baseball is getting played, it's getting ruined by money.
Okay.
We have a bunch of Scrooges running it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, the Mets still have an outfielder problem. They're probably going to go get Cody Bellinger.
Oh, gosh. I hate baseball.
I was waiting for that reaction. That's why I paused, guys. So, yeah, the Mets, this move, I don't think really, it makes them better, but I think you probably want Pete Alonso on the Mets is better than Bo Bichette on the Mets. I'm just going to say that. But, yeah, $42 million for Bo Bichette, a below-average glove, and an inconsistent bat. When the bat is good, the bat is good.
The bat's good.
But
that's good. He can hit 320 anytime.
The problem is he can't do that every year, and he's injury-prone.
Right.
So there's a lot of risk. So that deal doesn't make sense on a couple levels, but
the Mets are gonna fall apart. They're not gonna win. They're gonna fall apart.
Like they're trying to go in a direction that's forward, but they're not really using the.
They're digging themselves a deeper hole.
They're spinning their tires.
Yeah.
They're hitting the accelerator.
Yeah.
But they're spinning their tires.
Right, and that's money going down the drain. That's all it is.
Yeah. At least it's not the taxpayers' money because it's Steve Cohen's money.
It's Steve Cohen's money.
And Steve Cohen really doesn't care.
No, that makes me mad too. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Okay, so here we want to round out this episode by asking the question: does MLB need a salary cap? And I've made it clear what I want, so I'm going to ask Miles this question.
Yes.
Does the MLB need a salary cap? And if so, what do you want that to look like?
All right. So just for everyone who doesn't know, we talked about this several times, and in the beginning, I came in like, we need it. I hate all these things going on. And then as Andrew talked and I looked into some of the stats, I'm like, okay. I guess if you would go and make a salary cap now, it'd mess up everything, right?
Yeah.
And now seeing free agency and how it's gone, we need a salary cap.
Again.
I mean, I was okay until free agency started.
Yeah.
And when you have guys who like Kyle Tucker, right, it's not an even playing field, right? I mean, the Dodgers are like quadruple the amount of money the Brewers have, right?
Yeah.
And that's the Brewers spending, right? Mm-hmm. So I think a salary cap, everyone's going to hate it. Everyone is going to hate it unless you're a small market fan. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth because there needs to be a level playing field and you talk about a salary floor, I don't think so. I do not think the MLB needs a salary floor. If teams want to tank, let them tank, right? Because picks are not valuable, right? There's no reason to tank. The cap needs to be in place. Because if there is a cap, that means you have the ability now to get anyone, right? For example, the Marlins, they very well, if there's a cap, could have offered Kyle Tucker a deal, and he very well could have gone there, right? To me, there are teams that could be contenders. The Brewers, they'd be contenders if there's a salary cap, even more than they already are. But it's just they are not able to bring in anyone big. They have to scrap and fight for every win they get. And yes, that's great baseball, you can argue. But then you look at teams like the Dodgers who could just waltz their way into the World Series. Like it's not fair to me, and I get it. Life's not fair. MLB's not fair. But to me, what's not fair is the fact that players who are developed by other teams who put millions of dollars to make these guys happy, to make them the players they are, and for the players to just go, hey, I'm getting more money over here, I'm going to go there, right? It's just, it doesn't make sense. Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers doesn't make sense to me. They have an outfield that has won a World Series. Why change?
They also have, I want to just mention this, they have 2 top 20 outfielding prospects.
Right. Why change right now? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then going to the Mets, how some of these big teams just don't care. To me, I see this as the stock market. I see it as these big corporations who don't care about their workers, right? But then you have local businesses. They know everyone by name. They know everyone. They care about everyone, right? They will do anything to make sure their people are happy. Where big businesses, it's all about making money. They're just numbers, right? And that's what teams like the Mets and the Dodgers are. They're just numbers. And specifically the Mets. Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil have won for you. They have been so good for you. And then you say, hey, there's these bigger names, quote unquote, who are going to maybe on paper get us better stats and going to bring in more people than you are. And that just, that hurts, you know? That really hurts. If the Mets and the Brewers were in switch scenarios, Brandon Woodruff would not be on the team, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Brewers are keeping him for sentiment at this point. I mean, he hasn't played well enough to do what he's done.
I disagree with that, but
he's been hurt. All right, that's
hurt.
Just saying how small market teams care. Big teams, they could just throw their money wherever they want, and that is why I'm saying it's gonna get ugly in the MLB. But we need a cap. All right, and that very well could be a somewhat MLB redraft, which would be the most insane thing in the history of sports.
Yeah.
But it very well, it's going to become unprecedented.
Yeah.
And the commissioner of baseball, Rob Manfred, is going to become the most hated guy in sports.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because, well, I'm okay to sacrifice this guy's likableness to level out the playing field of the MLB. And that is why my final statement is the MLB needs a salary cap.
All right. I'm going to just say this. I like what the NFL and NBA have done with their caps. I really like it a lot. I want to hit home on the points of franchise players, which is what you were talking about with the Brewers, having all these players getting developed and not being able to pay them. That more so falls on the owners. The owners refuse to spend money.
Yeah.
For the Brewers, for example, the Anasio family are very rich. They can easily pour more money into this team. They could 100% do that. The Tigers, for instance, have the 3rd richest owners in the MLB, and yet they're not going to willing to pay Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal might be on the Dodgers next year.
Yeah, that's
They are $13 million apart in arbitration. That is unacceptable. Like, I get the Dodgers willing to spend that money is not fun.
No.
And the luxury tag, like, I'll get to my solution in a second. I'm all over the place. Like, my really big complaint falls on the owners of these small market teams for just simply not giving a damn about their team.
Yeah.
All they care about is making, like, I know you said about the big corporations just not caring about spending money, and sentimental players, the teams, the owners of, like, the Dodgers and the Mets, they're willing to spend the money to make their team competitive. the Brewers and Tigers, they're not willing to do that.
Yeah.
That more so falls on the owners, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you can feel free to disagree about that. But it's just unacceptable to see the owners of the Brewers and Tigers not being willing to pay their players.
Yeah.
Like, Corbin Burns should be on the Brewers right now.
Yeah.
Like, Brandon Woodruff should be like a back of the rotation guy at this point.
Yeah.
With Mizrowski, Peralta there. It just
yeah.
doesn't make sense. And a cap of some kind needs to be in place, but at the cost of losing baseball, though.
Yeah.
Because in next year, the new competitive balance agreement is going to be negotiated, and if we don't come to one, it's going to be 2021 all over again. Except we're not going to have baseball for a whole year.
I would agree. I'd agree. Baseball will be out.
Yeah, no, it's a guaranteed fact. It's not going to happen. If we don't have a cap, and like right now we're trending towards having a lockout for a full year with no baseball, and that's going to make me cry because baseball is the game I fell in love with. This is why I'm doing the podcast right now.
Yeah.
Because I fell in love in baseball, and it just makes me sick to my stomach that the owners of small market teams are whining about how the big market team, or whining about the teams like the Dodgers and Mets are spending all this money. You have all the money in the world to go spend that money too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like, I think the question is, it falls on your owners. Like you said, it falls on your owners. But is there a middle ground solution that is going to be able to, I don't know, somewhat make the playing field a little bit more even?
The salary floor would do that. That would, like, the Guardians are gonna have $77 million on their payroll. That's gonna be the lowest in the MLB. That's unacceptable. The Guardians are so cheap. The Orioles freaking spent money on Pete Alonso. The Orioles have not spent money like that since they got that contract for Chris Davis.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah, I think I would agree, but I think it's not gonna go well. It's gonna get very ugly for the MLB.
The floor is not gonna be enough. The floor is not gonna be enough.
No,
100%.
But I think it'll be a temporary solution to a long-term problem.
Yeah.
And we are gonna go into a war pretty much in the MLB. It will be a war. It'll be small market against large markets with the commissioner right in the middle.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be taking the most hits, and it's gonna get ugly. We may not have baseball for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it right there. The MLB will lose money.
Yeah.
There will be upset fans. And it's not going to go well.
No.
It's not going to go well. That's my final thought.
Yeah.
It's going to get very hideous.
And I hate to say it, but it's a true fact.
Yeah.
It's a true fact. We're heading for a lockout.
Yeah.
And I hate it so bad. But, again, my solution, put a salary floor in. Like, again, it's not going to solve the whole problem. But maybe harsher luxury tax penalties. But
harsher, for sure.
For sure, harsher. Like, the NBA's luxury tax penalties are great.
Yeah.
Like, the Celtics freaking traded Drew Holiday away. They had to trade Kristaps Porzingis away because they were not ready to deal with that luxury tax. The new owners, they're like, yeah, we can't deal with that luxury tax yet.
Yeah.
We can't deal with those penalties.
Yeah. We need to get harsher penalties in the MLB.
So, that's my first solution. If that doesn't work, then bring in the cap. We got to do that. Like... But I'm willing to take a more conservative approach than the hard, like, put the cap in, because I'm not ready to lose baseball yet. I'm not ready.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed us ranting for almost an hour. Again.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, make sure to go check out my show, Talking NASCAR with Andrew Volkman. Links to this show on YouTube and Spotify. My show on YouTube and Spotify will all be down in the description. Yep. And we will see you in the next episode that we do here. Take care, everybody.
See you guys.